All right, what's up, folks? Welcome to another episode of Foreign and Domestic. It is good to be here. We are light on guests, but we will hopefully have some more jump in here shortly. With that being said, let me throw it over to Alan to get us started up right.
All right, all right. Well, thank you everybody for coming. That's here already. We'll start this off in the usual fashion. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Awesome, excellent.
Excellent. Let's see who YouTube says is out in the chat at the moment. I'm not actually seeing the YouTube auditor, but just in case, there you are, YouTube auditor. Jerry Parker, Paul P, Thoughts of an Old Soldier, Ghost Rider. Well, YouTube is lagging on this list. Rachel Knight, good to see Bulldog out there. Edward Petty, JH586, Uncle John. We got Chris 338 chiming in out there. Daniel, God is my judge. Bradley, good to see you there, Bradley. George Washington, Gunpowder Beauty. Keep her mother in your prayers if you would. AOK Foraging and Adventures. Firearms 101. I don't know why he'd want to come around here. I mean, it's not like we have got any CZ fans. RT Sawyer, and jumping in with us is the one, the only, the Battle Bean.
Hello, how are you?
Hey.
Hi. How
What's
you
up,
doing?
fucker?
Hey, you be quiet there, fucker.
How the hell is the world treating you, Mario?
I can't complain, man. It's all good. It's hanging in there. Seeing what we do here. What is going on with you guys?
So,
You
what are
guys
you
got to start
watching
late,
this time?
man.
What are you watching this time? What do you got playing in the background?
Baseball. Yeah, that's about it.
Something to put you to sleep. Got it.
Yeah, it does put me to sleep. You're right.
And we got Matt with us. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. A little tired. Had a big full training weekend. You guys will see some of that in a video coming up, maybe by the end of this week or next, this upcoming week. And a couple other videos on deck. Still fighting with YouTube to get that strike taken off my channel. They're dragging their feet. They keep emailing me saying just a little bit longer. We haven't heard back from our internal review team yet. Like, yeah, whatever, bullshit. And other than that, everything's just freaking peachy. It was 111 degrees yesterday as we were out running through the desert shooting guns. So couldn't think of anything better.
That is just absolutely sickening. It's like 96, 97 degrees right now here in my area of Iowa, and I stepped outside a little bit ago and thought I was going to die. But then again, I am in some of the worst shape of my life and have been training to be a fat guy all of the winter. So
yeah,
for some reason, the more pounds.
Don't get me wrong. We took.
But
oh well, any of my training weekends, first priority is people go home in the same condition they came out to the desert in. So even if it has to take a little bit longer because more breaks are necessary for hydration and things like that, set up extra canopies, the whole 9 yards. And yesterday you couldn't escape it though. yesterday because
Yeah, all right. That's why I thought
Yeah, I knew his.
something going on.
Yeah, yeah, his internet's going down. It's going down, man. There we go. He's got that confused face on his face. Like,
yeah. Where'd I leave off?
I don't know. You're talking shit about going taking breaks and shit.
Oh yeah, so it was even worse yesterday because not only was it 111 degrees, but it was like 10 to 20 mile an hour winds. So it was like a full-on heat gun hair dryer coming sideways at us all day to boot.
Yeah, you just can't escape that when it's like that out there. The dryness helps, but it's like a blast inferno.
Yeah, I think I mean, at least in the West Coast, we got the dry heat, but I mean, to me, like anything in the East Coast is worse because the humidity, man. Oh God, that's horrible. I think that to me is the hardest thing for me to adjust to. Like I can deal with dry heat. To me, it's just like it feels like a freaking oven outside, but you know, you don't sweat as much. I remember when I was stationed in the East Coast, man. Then I used to hate life because man, you could just be sitting down and you're just sweating buckets of sweat. You're like, what the hell?
Well, it's like at work right now, and it's only going to get worse. Right now, we're probably about 90, 95 plus humidity at night. It's just you sweat no matter what. You stand still, you sweat, and it'll keep getting worse. The hottest it's been in there that I've went out since I've been there is about 110.
Do you guys get all 4 seasons in Ohio, or is it just 1 to 2 like we get them over here?
Yeah, we get them all.
Okay.
What he's not telling you is, wow, because I'm a native to Ohio, they do get them all. The problem is yeah. So fall is 5 months, winter is 5 months, spring is a month, and summer is a month.
That's pretty much about
what the
accurate,
hell?
Yeah.
You
Here's the thing,
serious?
man. If it's said about this in other states too, but it's like Missouri, Ohio, and a few other places. If you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes.
Well, yeah, and it does the same thing out here in Iowa. I mean, it was 95 degrees day before yesterday, 95 degrees, and within 2 minutes, it was down to 70 and dumping rain.
My favorite part about the seasons is I was able to move
the Albanian
somewhere.
carpenter's here.
My favorite part about all 4 seasons is I was able to move a place that skips the shittiest ones.
Well, hello, not Albanian. How the hell are you?
Excellent. Better than I deserve. How are you, gentlemen? Mr. Sean Connery and the rest of the panel?
South African.
Chicken nut stir.
If you're not Albanian, or what are you, Croatian?
Slovakian.
Oh, South African.
See,
Okay.
this is the kind of stuff that irritates the crap out of me. Most of you guys are geographically challenged, but you guys want to talk a bunch of crap because you do the same thing to me, but now you're doing it to my white guy here.
This coming from the freaking Mexican.
Don't feel bad. Most of these guys
Slap
can't
the
even
shit out of you.
point.
If I can reach you, let me just get a ladder.
Out of this country.
I know exactly where you're
6'4"
from, Mario.
That's right.
I know exactly where you're from.
Apparently, all these motherfuckers think I'm from southern Mexico. That's what I think I'm from.
Dude, all we're saying is you fit in well outside of Home Depot. That's all we're saying.
We just call you Mexican because it's easier to say than Guatemalan.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, got it. Start calling you Paul.
Mario,
Maybe that'll help.
I have to say, Guatemala has much better coffee than Mexico. That's all I'm going to say.
Probably better drugs too.
Yeah, I don't think Mexico produces coffee, bro.
Well, yeah, they're not setting the bar very high for Guatemala. It's not actually very good coffee.
Well, what does Mexico produce anyway, other than Mexicans?
Mexicans. They
I mean,
produce
other than
Mexicans. Crime.
Illegals.
Freightliner, Mac.
Well, they don't produce that; they just assemble it there.
Yes. What's the other one? Toyota, Nissan.
No, Toyota's made in Tennessee.
Firearms 101 is half Mexican and proud of it. What half? The bottom, the top half, the left half, the right half?
The brown half.
Oh, so the backside.
I didn't say that.
Howdy.
Hey.
Haba, how you doing, lady?
Doing good. How are y'all doing?
Excellent.
I had to get something else in the chat here, so kind of make everyone look better.
Yeah.
Improve the view.
How's your mama?
She's good. She's a fighter.
Okay, cool. It's real cool.
We're gonna
Mama.
make t-shirts. Say she kicked Cantor's ass, so it'll be great.
There you go. That's awesome. That's great stuff.
Now I see, Mario, I gotta tell you, I see why you keep it short. This is nice.
Yeah, you see how easy maintenance this stuff is? I'm telling you, man. It's it's that aerodynamic thing. It all started with me with just being in Iraq and then not being able to keep my hair clean and stuff. So I just to cut it all and just kept it that way. So
I think I've used a quarter size amount of shampoo since I've had it cut.
well, see, there you go.
Maybe a nickel.
See, cut down on that
I'm gonna be
Pantene
saving
girl.
so much money.
Oh yeah, you definitely save on certain amount of beauty products. You don't need much shampoo, don't need much conditioner, hairspray or gel or mousse. None of that. You don't need any of that. Plus, you save time every day. Every day, you don't have to deal with it. You don't have to brush it or style it. Or
Every day is a good hair day.
Exactly. Like now I'm understanding why you guys like it so much. I'm totally digging it.
Yeah, no, but
I got more hair than everybody on here combined, so I don't know who you guys are. Like
I know,
what
man.
you're talking about.
Yeah, you freaking Sasquatch over there from Arizona.
Hey, hair's overrated.
Oh my God! Just put that back on, bro. Seriously.
Most men are inherently
Holy crap.
lazy
You
on
saw the
certain
glare
things.
coming out of that shit.
Listen, smart head doesn't hold a hair.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know what Scotsman's doing over there. He's all quiet, That's scary. When that fucker gets quiet, it's scary.
I'm letting you guys talk.
As long as he doesn't fall asleep, we're good.
Oh, okay.
No, he's only done that a couple of times in chats. But he hasn't passed out drunk while losing a drinking contest. But he has chat napped here and there.
It's been a while.
It's been a good minute.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
We got a topic for tonight?
Right before we came on, we were talking about optics and red dots and products coming from companies and how shitty they are or not shitty they are.
Okay.
We were talking about Chinesium optics versus quality optics, and in fact, Scotsman, I hadn't got to this point yet, but it seems like the quality optics, aim points, and so on have like plateaued. Like they haven't gotten better than what they were 5 or 10 years ago. Maybe in small incremental areas they have, but I think that a lot of the Chinese optics have gotten incrementally better, substantially better quality than they were 10 years ago. I'm not saying I'm going to trust my life to them, but something I said off air is I think most Chinese optics would last most average shooters, just the dude who might have a rifle that goes to the range once a month or something like that. And most of these Chinese red dots are probably going to last that guy his entire life of owning that firearm. Whereas a decade ago, they weren't going to last him a box of ammo.
I'd say that's a pretty right-on assumption.
Yeah, it's so if you guys, if some of you guys maybe not know, but if you actually reached out to a bunch of us in the past, and like with any company, I always tell them, I'm going to be 100% honest. If it's a piece of crap, I'm going to say it's a piece of crap. Well, they sent me 2 things. One was a gunsmith and hammer and punches, and the other one was a scope, and both of them flat out suck. To the point where I didn't even bother doing a review because they were just such pieces of crap. I can't even put it on my channel. It's that shitty.
I don't know. I keep getting emails from all these Amazon dealers. Buy the crap and review all this Chinese stuff. I just don't have the time for it.
What I like is the ones that only want an Amazon review. Like, we'll send you this flashlight for an Amazon review. I'm like, cool. I mean, I could always use another flashlight. I'm totally good at that. It comes with its own battery, a charger, and it's going to last me 6 months. Okay. For me to type down some words, on Amazon and usually it's, this thing sucks, throw it in your drawer, use it occasionally, and that's about it. What are they going to do? Come take the light from me? No. They want to throw me one of these lights, and it's a piece of junk. I'm going to tell them it's a piece of junk and keep the light and use it when I can. And like the way this whole thing started is I can't show the other 2 products because they're currently bolted to a gun. But Fiachi sent me 3 things. The review will come out on the 21st of this month, and one of them's a complete piece of shit. And it's in my review that it's a complete piece of shit. I wanted this pistol light to be good, but it doesn't fit a fucking holster.
And that's surprising because of how it's designed shape wise. It looks like it would be close enough. You would look at that and think, hey, yeah, you're going to be able to stuff that into a holster that was made for a Surefire, but it just won't do it.
Nope. And that's why I said in the review, it's like, not a nice bright white light, it's not horribly too bright. It's not too bright, 150 meter beam distance, blah, 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 blah. But the controls are backwards from what any right-handed shooter would use, and it doesn't fit in a holster. So what do you want me to do with this?
It'll fit Uncle Mike's holster.
Yeah, if you go get yourself one of those, you can go on to Amazon to one of those nylon holster people and say, hey, I'll review your product. Just send it to me. It'll fit that.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think I still got a couple of cheapo drop leg nylon holsters. I've given a couple of them away. Just because, no, I'm not going to wear that. But if somebody else wants it, here you go. So, JH, what do you all think of the Romeo MSR2?
I don't even know what that is.
It's a 2 MOA red dot. It's the Romeo MSR. SIG has really been putting a lot of money and R&D and stuff into optics and created their own branch of optics. And so far, a lot of them are doing well. I know you've run zeros on your 365s, right?
No, I haven't. I have a zero on my EDCX9. I have a holosun on my 365, and actually have what is it, Romeo 5 on my AR9. And I had good luck with the Romeos. Like I got rid of the Romeo 3 Max just because it wasn't direct bolt on. I needed that to play it, so I went to the Delta Point Pro. But even the one that I thought is broken, I called them up, and turns out there's I guess I pushed the buttons wrong, whatever, and that's why it was going to sleep after 30 seconds. So the guy just went over it with me and fixed the problem. So as far as SIG and SIG optics, yeah, I had a bad luck with the Romeo Zero, but they took care of me. The customer service, I gotta give them top notch. I had nothing but good luck.
Yeah, I haven't messed with the SIG optics too much, but I've heard nothing but good things about them.
Yeah, I've got a Romeo 5 that I love. I've beat it, I've dropped it. It holds up and it holds true. So I mean, as for the Romeo 5s, I can speak to, but I haven't messed too much with any of their other optics.
No, like you said, man, they've invested a lot of time and money in R&D and getting this going, and they're popping them up pretty good.
I mean, all the stuff is made. What the hell? Not in China, but it's in Philippines, I believe. But yeah, like I said, the customer service with them was excellent. I had nothing but good luck.
That's good. Customer service says everything about a company, man. That's the thing.
Even the original Legions came with a chamber indicator barrel, which basically was a hole in the barrel that threw the crap right onto your optic. So you had to wipe it after every stage. And enough people complained. I had two of them. I took pictures. I sent it to SIG. A week later, I had 2 new barrels in my house. No charge. And they never even asked for the old barrels back. And if you guys ever got a chance to go to a 6 Tower Pro Shop, wow, it's like you walk into Wonderland. It's like a Toys R Us for adults.
Full of toys that if you drop them, they'll blow up, and they don't function right, and they break firing pins. And
you know what? I seen all this time.
I'm messing around, dude. I'm messing around. I'm not trying to like start that argument.
I'm just saying everything breaks. Glock breaks.
We've all said it before. They're all mechanical devices, electronic devices, stuff like that. They're made by people. It's gonna break. At some point, it's gonna break. Or you may be the unlucky one that just happens to get that one out of 1,000 that, is a piece of crap.
Well, even the Asus, which is also Fiocchi on Amazon. The one that I sent out, the guy is still using it. He, to my knowledge, he hasn't had one iota of a problem with it. But it's not something that he's gonna, it's not his battle rifle or anything. He's not going to take the thing into war. It's plinking in his backyard and whatnot. If I'm gonna want good quality name brand stuff, but name isn't always everything.
Oftentimes name isn't. I mean, look at Kimber. Obviously, name isn't everything. Yep. Kimber used to have a good name.
Well, look at Night Force. and Swarovski, most of them, you know, yeah, they got great product, but their customer service is terrible, absolute fucking terrible. And you ain't got customer service, it says a lot about the company. You have the best product in the world, but if you ain't got customer service,
That's my thing with FLIR, like thermals and night vision. I've got a FLIR, a $600 FLIR thermal monocular, and it works fine, except for it still isn't hooking to my computer when I plug it in, because it'll record and I can't extract what I recorded off of it. And it took six different people sending me to 6 different areas that I had no business being at over like a 2-month period of time, month and a half period of time, through FLIR, just to finally get to a guy who got me an RMA to send it in, who then had it for a month and a half to send it back and say, we can't find anything wrong with it.
Well, maybe it's a mid-piece.
What?
The mid-piece. Guy behind the computer.
Say that again in English.
I said it's a mid-piece. Mid-piece, it's a connector. So it's you. In other words, it's not the product, it's you. Guy behind the computer.
You plug it in and open it up. Open the folder up. There's nothing to it. He said, we can get it to work on our computers at work just fine. And I tell them what I have. And they're like, well, that's, it's only like a year old. And they're like, no, that should work fine on that. But it doesn't.
should and does, two different things.
Yeah.
You should Zoom call on them and show them, look, it doesn't work.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, one video that I've got out there that I get blasted for at least 3 times a week is me blasting Trinity Force because of the buffer exploding that I had in their kit. And for some oddball reason, everybody thought that I was intoxicated during that video, and I wasn't, in rare form, but I wasn't. But frequently I get comments of people going, oh, I totally trust all their products. I have this and this and this and this from them, and it's all held up, and you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, yeah, I know what I'm talking about because it happened to me. I'm just telling you what the hell happened to me, and then telling you the story of their customer service and how their customer service worked with me, or the lack thereof. And people just, I don't know, they absolutely just at least 2-3 comments a week of people that just love the stuff, that blast me on that video.
And again, it's, if it works for you, great. It's not going to work for everybody. So, we're out here, we try to give our honest opinions, and if we have issues with it, we're going to let you know we have issues with it.
When did you get glasses, Mario?
That's Mario's son double. By the way,
I don't know why there's so much hatred here. There's much hatred.
There's no hatred. By the way, you guys have the same problem with the YouTube, that every single video you put up and it has any gun in it, it's demonetized instantly. I got a request, a review, and usually 2 weeks later they approve it. Lately, everything I put up was freaking in yellow.
No, that with every video Matt puts out, it gets demonetized immediately.
It's been demonetized before it's done.
Uploading.
Not uploading, but what's this processing?
Processing.
It's demonetized before it's even done processing. I have to fight to get every video approved.
Yep.
And I mean, I don't even know if I can go through that whole thing again. An IR monocular, not something that goes on a rifle, one you hold in your hand, got busted for gun parts, like trying to sell gun parts. Like there's not even a gun in this video. I don't even say the word gun in this video.
That's just the thinking of them. So we got about 54 people out there right now. So I'll go ahead and let you guys know right now. This coming Sunday and the Sunday after that, I will not be hosting a chat. So if you guys want to go support Alan, if Alan's going to do one, please do so. And the reason I'm not going to be here, guys, is I will be heading up to go see Mrs. Holster and help her sort through Mr. Holster's stuff. Go through the guns and all the rest of it and get things squared away with her. We've been trying to get it going for a while, but with all the BS the past year and a half, it's kind of put things on a hold. But things are getting easier. Work's getting better for her. So I'm going to be heading up there either Friday or Saturday this coming week. So I'm getting myself up there and helping her out.
I want to, where's that? Kingpin put out so far, none of this BS over on Odyssey. Odyssey has deleted 2 of my videos. And they wouldn't let me upload one of my videos because they said it was that was too high of a bit rate or something like that. It was, they couldn't play it, too high quality. I don't know. But yeah, Odyssey has not let me upload 2 videos. Rumble has not let me upload 2 videos without reason. I never have a problem with full 30. I never have a problem with what's that other one that I've been using? I can't remember what the last one was.
Well, a question for you, Matt. Over on full 30, what are you seeing in the way of views, though?
More than Rumble, more than Odyssey. I mean, my entire library, my entire YouTube library is on Odyssey. And up until about 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago, I was posting every video that I put up on Rumble as well. Half those videos have 1, 2, 3 views, 4 views, maybe is a good one. On full 30, most of my videos have 50 or more views, which is not shit compared to YouTube, but for a non-YouTube platform, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just stick to the Reloaders Network in here. That's it.
Yeah, I try not to spread myself too thin. It's there's so many out there. I ain't got the time to go through and upload this one, that one, and everything else. Even the ones that you can transfer it from YouTube to this and all that. I got way too much crap going on to get all that in.
Well, the nice thing about Odyssey is every time you upload to YouTube, automatically it goes to Odyssey as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's how all my videos ended up on Odyssey. Is as soon as I signed up, the entire library transferred over there.
Gotcha.
But then when I tried to upload to just Odyssey because YouTube wasn't letting me upload a video, they wouldn't let me.
I don't know. It took me forever to figure out how to upload to Odyssey. Then it took forever to sync it. I mean, YouTube definitely has a biggest audience and probably make most money even with being half demonetized, limited, and whatnot because of the views. Not that I make a whole lot of freaking money. I mean, I think last year I made the whooping $600. So, but it's just a matter of principle. Yeah, and the Odyssey, I mean, the views in Odyssey are minimum. But then again, I don't push it as much, so maybe that's why. You gotta advertise more. Mario, you okay?
Yeah, man. Just trying to see through all the bullshit.
Getting deep, man.
You
Getting deep.
holy shit! Oh my god, that's scary right there. Good lord! Stop, please, stop. Pretty soon you're gonna say hello, Clarice. I'm like, oh hell, no, I'm gonna freak out over here. What the hell is going on here? Mm-mm. But anyways, I want to say thank you to the 52 people that are watching us. I'm sorry, this has been a boring ass show. I'm gonna blame that man right there. Fucking boring ass. Just saying. Okay, stop it. Why'd you? No, don't do that no more, please. God, scary. Anyways, so other than being blazing freaking hot everywhere, what are y'all doing, huh?
Well, I
Talking to
just told you
you.
what I'm doing this week.
Other than that, is that all y'all doing?
Just
Really?
working.
I'm getting ready to go to
You getting ready to go where?
Indiana.
Oh, Indiana. Wow. Okay. What part of
One of my
Indiana?
friend's kids is from. I don't know.
That's kind
Husband
of a drive
drives.
from Oklahoma to Indiana. It's a good drive
I don't live
there.
in Oklahoma.
Oh, you don't? Okay, I'm sorry.
No, I'm in Missouri.
Oh, Missouri. Oh, my bad. It's right there. I was close.
Listen, all I know is I get in the passenger seat and he drives and I sleep. So it's over yonder. That's all I know.
Uh-huh. Okay. Sweet.
But I'm gonna go sell some rabbits and harass some friends. That's
Harass some
my
friends,
plans for
no rabbits. That's what I'm talking
I'm
about.
gonna harass some friends and sell some rabbits.
All right. Is it just me or rabbits just produce like crazy? Like how many rabbits can one little bunny have?
I don't know, almost like Mexicans.
Eight
Huh?
at a time.
8?
8 rabbits at a time.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Wow,
I'm
that's
getting
a
rid of
lot.
17 on this trip.
17? Oh, girl. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I got chickens, ducks, 2 dogs, freaking parrot, 2 fish tanks. I think my daughter still has a hamster or some other crap. Got rid of like guinea pigs, got rid of the freaking chameleon, or he died or something. So I ain't getting rabbits. I ain't getting more fucking animals. I already have a fucking zoo.
Man, you got a freaking petting zoo, bro. Pretty soon you're gonna
Yep.
start charging people to come to your house.
Yep.
Either that or you have a natural food chain. You just feed one to
that
the
too.
other one. Eventually, they'll all
Self-sufficient.
Well,
And I have just got it
right there, I got a dozen eggs in a freaking incubator.
Oh, that's good stuff right there. That is good stuff, man. How big is your chicken coop?
It's not mine, it's my wife's, and it's in one of the videos. We expanded a little bit because put another one for the ducks.
Oh, okay. Cute.
And I'm gonna have to redo it because the one she bought is crap and it's falling apart.
Alan, the beard's coming in back in nicely.
Yeah, it's finally starting to come in a little bit. I did see Firearms 101's video today where you went and did some shooting with him, and I gotta say I'm kind of disappointed. I don't know what's going on with the shape of your beard, but you got to do something, man. I mean, damn.
As far as what?
Take some tips from Matt on how to shape a beard, because that's stellar.
I just let it go wild, man.
I mean, yeah, I might look like an Ewok, but you've got that whole homeless dude look going on.
That's all right. That means people stay the fuck away from me.
But do they really though?
I don't like people, so yeah, that's most people are just fucking stupid.
I don't like people either. Yet they still bother me. They still come around. They don't know I don't like them until they come and bother me.
Yeah, they still bother me here and there, but they're less likely to bother me looking like this.
I'm just glad that we can go back to being in public without a mask. So now I don't look approachable because with a mask it covers the resting bitch face. Now they just get to see the whole punchy look.
What mask?
To go into my kids' school, we had to wear a mask. In some places here, we had to.
I was supposed to go to my daughter's school for her ring ceremony, and my wife asked me politely to stay home because she knew I wouldn't wear a mask and create a scene. So she said, you better just stay home. I'm like, okay.
I'm in the bank Friday. I was at the bank, and the bank is giving or has like a little pile of the cloth masks with their logo on it, with the bank's logo on it, that they will give people, customers. And I said, let's look at where we've come in like a year and a half. She's like, what do you mean? It's a year and a half ago. It was not highly accepted that I come in here with a mask on.
And with a gun.
Well, yeah, they all know I'm armed, but that I come in here with a mask on. Now, not only is it suggested, but you're giving them to people.
Hey man, consider it a bonus. Enjoy.
I mean, I haven't worn. The only time I wore a mask this entire last year and a half or whatever it's been is to go to the chiropractor, and that's because that's the only place I cared about getting kicked out of. Was chiropractor.
Non-compliance is the way.
Yeah, the only time where I actually wore a mask was at a doctor's office because I had my beard tarps that I would wear for work because my work required it for a little bit. And during that time period, I'm not going to lie, I was looking for other work because they were requiring it. But along with that, the doctor's office went, no, that's not good enough. You have to wear this mask. And I'm like, yeah. And where's that mask from? Well, what do you mean? Where's the box that says where this mask is from? Oh, well, these are made in China. I'm like, and you're requiring everybody to wear this thing. This is dumb.
It's just, I think people that have beards and they wear a mask, they look stupid as hell. They really do. It looks like 70s porn in your face.
It looks like a chick in the 70s wearing a bikini. It just does. I mean,
yeah.
I went to look at the job, right? Actually, 2 jobs next to each other, 2 kitchen jobs. There's one already been there a couple of times, and I did some work for the people. So, and I'm being respectful. So, knock on the door, they open the door. I ask, do I need to wear a mask? So she turns over to the daughter. The daughter's the doctor. The daughter's like, no, it's okay. We all been vaccinated, no problem. Okay, so I go in, we do what we gotta do. Done. Go to the next job, same thing, knock on the door, and as I go in, do I have to wear a mask? She goes, no, you've been vaccinated, right? All I had to say is, yeah, I was. I was like, no, I'm not vaccinated. She goes, oh, well, I got my parents, maybe you should wear. The last time I checked, the mask is for their protection. And if you've been vaccinated, what do you care then? So you get vaccinated and still afraid of the fucking virus? So I was like, all right, put a mask on. I did whatever, measurements what I need to do, and I left the freaking house.
Well, and there's people still wearing them, and I'm not exactly sure why, but they're wearing them more as like a fashion statement. it just became popular to have like this certain styles of masks, and that it was, I've seen sequenced masks and everything else. It's just like, okay, it matches your outfit. Ooh, how cute. It became part of people's fashion.
My favorite thing is going into like Circle K and all these other places. They have a big sign on the door now that says employees and customers who've been vaccinated may enter without a mask. I have been entering without a mask since day one. And how do you know if I've been vaccinated? Because whether I have or haven't been, I'm not reaching in my pocket to show you a fucking card.
With that note, I want to give a shout out to JH586 for sending a care package my way. And this is the real man stuff. I had a couple of buddies last night. We played poker, so we had a few. And then I told them, no, you're done. You guys are cut off. Go drink a Grand Old Dad. This is for me.
Very nice, man. Very nice.
Thank you, JH.
We should have gone with Knob Creek. I would have definitely loved to see if the ECBC Spider would have gone with that one.
Okay. I would say let's do it again, but my wife said no.
I think we got to, if it ever happens again, it has to be someone different, because I don't think your liver could take it, and I don't think Alan's liver could take it.
Yeah, that I don't know. I don't know if it would. I can't say that I wouldn't do it again, but I guarantee that I'm gonna need supervision.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. Medical staff on point right there.
I'm sorry. What makes that different than any other day if you need supervision?
That's very true.
Well, it
I've
just
heard
requires
stories.
it just requires the everyday supervision just requires less medical staff. More of, people that know how to put on straight jackets, essentially.
I really want a straight jacket. Not for me, but for my kids.
I was going to just about say a child size straight jacket.
Yes, I need two.
Or a Tardot size straight jacket.
Yeah, I was leaving
Okay,
that
now
one
you're
alone.
talking.
I was leaving that one
Now
alone. I didn't know where you were going with it.
I was thinking just the kids, because the older they get, it's like I'm having an MMA fight in my house every freaking day. And I grew up as the only child, so I don't understand this whole sibling want to beat the shit out of each other every day. But apparently it's in their genes or something. I don't know. Apparently I've been told they get it from their mother with their anger disorder, but I have yet to see that.
You mean threatening throat punches doesn't cause that?
It's not saying I have anger issues. It just means I have a low tolerance for stupid people.
I didn't say you had anger issues. Never said that once.
Okay.
Oh yeah, backpedal.
No, I never said that. I simply said that, that so she doesn't think that's where it came from. That's all I said. I never said she has anger issues. I don't have to backpedal.
All right, I'll let you slide on it.
Yeah, in my driving around looking for supplies yesterday, I did end up coming up with some 115 grain berries, bullets, but that's about it. The larger box stores in my area still don't have any kind of ammo on the shelves, still don't have any primers. They had a bag of Starline 9mm brass for $78 for the 250 round bag of 9mm. I'm like, that's insane. So I wasn't able to score much this weekend, but did end up picking up some berries 115s because I'm still don't have the time to cast or have learned how to do that. That's a lot of time, in my opinion.
I shot up about 500 rounds or more.
Yeah, hey, you can cast, just don't do it on a glass fucking table like my dumbass did it. Yeah, you get it.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It was fine though.
But that was fun to clean up.
No, it was fine. No, I ended up coming up with another resource, but I'm saying, don't be. At least you're not being dangerous like I was. But yeah, casting is fun, man.
On the edge, don't you?
Uh-huh.
You like living on the edge, don't you?
Well,
No,
let's stop and think about the last 22 years of my life. I was in tanks, and then I was in infantry, just blowing shit up for shits and giggles. Yeah. It's all good.
Hey, blowing shit up ain't living on the edge. That's just knowing how to have a good time. There's a difference.
Yes. There is nothing greater than to blow a bunch of freaking contraband from the enemy and just blow it up to smithereens with C4. Love it.
Ask the Japanese how much fun it is when Americans blow things up.
That was not politically correct.
Oh wow. That was really low, bro. That was really low.
That's why he fits in, man. He fits in because he knows you don't have to hold back here. You can say what you want to say.
Hey, all I can say, Enola gay. That's all we need to know, baby. That's all we need to know. And if you don't know that, then you need to read a freaking history book, you morons.
Yeah, but that's the problem. All the history books are being changed and or removed.
No, yeah, you're right, brother. But the Enola Gay is actually in the Smithsonian freaking museum. I had no idea. I thought that thing was gone. Like I thought a lot of these planes that were historic in their value were gone. But no, the Smithsonian has it displayed. It's like, wow. I mean, how more badass can you get with that one? Pat, sure, buddy. We need to get together. Oh, that's not gay. Okay. Yeah, we need to coordinate. How's that?
It's all right, Mario. We know how you swing.
Excuse me. No, sir. I do not.
Damn Mexican. So I got some more range time in today with Firearms 101. That was good. Probably put another 500 rounds or so down range. That was good. Probably be the last time I get up to shoot for a little bit.
No homo. That's correct. There's a key word as to whenever you say something that sounds kind of gay, but you retract, you say no homo.
Oh,
no homo.
So that explains that dude's reaction yesterday. He said,
"What did you do? Explain to me."
Dude set up a tent.
Dude,
it's a 2-day training, and so he set up his tent. And I asked him, if you woke up tomorrow morning covered in honey and your ass hurt, would you tell anyone? And he says, hell no. I said, you want to share a tent? I was supposed to say no homo afterwards.
No homo.
I
Yes.
get it.
See, man,
Okay.
is a key. These are key terms that I'm throwing.
Explain. Matt, you have to explain the honey.
It could have been any slippery substance. It's just honey is what I thought of.
Yeah. Yeah, I could never be a celebrity. I could see them not wanting to interview me. Maybe Vanity Fair. Who knows? I don't know.
So other than trying to share a tent with someone, Matt, what you got coming up? Or what you been up to?
What, this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, this weekend was mostly a rifle and pistol weekend. More rifle than anything else. Some night shooting, but setting up a lot of targets, barricades. Had a couple new guys out, so we went through a lot of the firing positions, fundamentals, and things like that. A little bit of run and gun stuff, but not much. Just enough to make you really tired when it's 100 plus.
Yeah, he'll take it out of you for sure.
Yeah, so. But that dude said he's coming back.
Oh, so you like the sound of the honey, huh?
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe he's working up the courage to take you up on your offer.
I mean, I asked him if he liked to be the big spoon or little spoon, but I don't think.
Well, Matt, speaking of two dudes, I have a request for you.
No. Our beards will get tangled. No.
That almost came out of Gunpowder's nose.
Watch out! Here comes Chad.
No, you did the turning with your gun video.
Yes.
And you've been talking about doing room clearings.
Yes.
What about clearings with two personnel?
Yes.
I'd like to get more information on how that whole situation goes down.
Like what like first and second man, what their positions would be, points of domination, things like that.
Yep, working as a team doing room clearings.
Okay. Yeah, I think I can probably handle that. Have to get back to because that doesn't translate so well in a glass house, but if I go back up to the abandoned ranch where we have an actual house to work through, I can probably do that.
So it's gonna be you and your ultra ego?
Wow, you gotta go to a ranch to get dirty. Love it.
Mm-hmm. It would probably be up to 3 or 4 people, just because.
Wow, he likes the crowd. Love it.
Now, Alan,
Spectator.
what possible real life scenario you're thinking of that you'd be clearing structure with another person?
Part of it doesn't relate strictly to me. This would be something that would be really good for like husband and wives. For them to be able to work as a unison team, even blowing through their own home. And
okay, husband and wife and blowing through the home.
Oh, hold on. Let's back up here for a second. If I'm clearing my house, my wife better be making me a sandwich for afterwards.
In other words, know your place.
Sorry.
And no, Alan, you cannot do the TJ Hooker with your fucking flashlight and holding your gun. All right, no bueno.
Yeah, that's so done in the 80s. I mean, that was played out in the 80s. But yeah, there's it's worst case scenario training, and it's also a matter of a large amount of safety training, because when you're training with teams, and especially in tight quarters, accidents happen, and if you're not positioned right, really bad things can go down.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. If you don't have your muzzle awareness in check, you don't have your positions in check, you don't know where your points of domination are going to be, you don't know your assignments, how to follow the first man, you don't know any of that stuff, somebody's getting shot in the back, and it's probably the first one through the door.
All right, I'm no expert at all, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say clearing your house with your wife is gonna be the worst fucking idea you can have. Okay, because even from like a tactical, even from the tactical standpoint, okay, you're gonna worry about your wife more than about clearing the fucking house, for one. For two, you're giving a bad guy a potential hostage.
And she's going to be complaining you're not doing it right the whole time.
Exactly. So I'm not a tactical guy. I don't know how to clear the fucking house. But I'll tell you one thing, okay? Unless my kid sleeps downstairs now, but let's say he's away in the college, okay? And I hear a bump at night, something serious. The last fucking thing for me is going to investigate. I'm going to be upstairs on the hallway in a corner with a fucking gun in my hand, yelling, screaming, whoever's fucking down there, get the fuck out. And she's going to be on the phone calling the cops. I pay my fucking property taxes. Let them deal with that shit. Let them fucking kill whoever's there. If he comes upstairs, all bets are off. But other than that, I ain't clearing no fucking house. And this has nothing to do with being coward. This is just common sense.
I actually said that in a video. In regards to this, I said that in a video or a couple of videos now, and actually got a lot of shit for it in those videos, Val, because my stance is if you feel the need that you need to shoot this guy, ambush him in where you're at, fortify the position you're in, wait for him to come to your bedroom. Ambushes work really well for a reason,
and the thing of it is too, and most places when they're teaching you for concealed carry or anything like that will walk you through this as well and tell you that you do not want to you don't want to go looking for it, because going looking for it, you're now causing yourself more of an issue when the cops do show up, instead of staying where you're at, barricading yourself in, and if they leave, great. If they come at you, that's enough to take care of business.
Yeah, plus you have to know the laws. Like, we don't have a stay on ground or doctor doctrine in New York. Basically, the law says if they kick the front door, I'm supposed to jump out of the back door. That's basically what it is. But if I'm staying in my master bedroom, my daughter's room is right next door, and I'm right up the hallway, just yelling at somebody, and my wife's in the freaking bedroom with a shotgun. So if I get shot or something happens to me, I don't want her to be unarmed. And she's on the goddamn phone with the police at the same time.
We should follow the
so maybe clearing the house, maybe clearing a house with the husband and wife is a bad example, because you're going to go into the kitchen and be like, all right, kitchen's clear, except you didn't take out that trash, just like Wes Cavino Dodge said.
Well, and here's the other part too. You don't know how much she hates you. She may use this as an excuse and a way to take care of you out. You never know.
Yeah, you just haven't found the divorce papers yet.
It was an accident. I swear.
Or the insurance policy.
So, but at the end of the day, though, Alan, it's a fantastic skill to know and to have. The ability to navigate a structure correctly and safely is with multiple people, because you just don't know what situation, not only just alone, but with multiple people, is absolutely a skill that cannot be replaced. It's one of those that it's absolutely a good skill to have, even if it's just the fundamentals of it, because obviously you can't train for every scenario, right? Because there's unlimited amount of house plans and floor plans and apartment buildings and businesses and factories and all these other places that you may end up in. But no, the fundamentals of room clearing, pine corners, clearing thresholds, points of domination, exiting those same rooms and things like that, all fantastic things to know.
Yeah. And as far as that goes, it's all depends on your level of training, your level of skill, how comfortable you actually are when it comes to a situation like that. You got to be comfortable with what you're doing. So, for like this comment, for example, it's all going to depend on you. Your average, we're talking about your average Joe. Your average Joe ain't going to have the skill, ain't going to have the ability to stay calm in that situation.
Well, and a random example, what if you don't have stand your ground? What if you have to try and vacate? So what if you're trying to get your family out of the house? What if you're trying to get your family out of the shopping mall that you're in, out of the grocery store that you're in? You're still going to want to have them in the right places when you come to the right scenarios. I would see it as an advantage, to just have a lot of those, to have those fundamental skills, and to know that kind of stuff, to know how to communicate, to how who's going where, what the duty is where, because even in trainings,
let me tell you something, man, and this is coming from quite a few of us in here and also on the side chat that done it for real. It is the most nerve-wracking shit you'll ever do in your life.
It's exhausting.
It's super exhausting. You have to have some serious trigger control, man. You have to seriously think about every fucking move you're making and how you're making them. Everything fucking changes. Why? Because, especially when you go to a house that you have no fucking idea what's in it or what's on there, that's the most nerve-wracking shit ever. I'm telling you guys. And I know some of our guys here that have done it for real can tell you guys from experience. It is the most nerve-wracking shit you'll ever do in your life. Yeah, I remember doing raids and coming back, and I was just exhausted, man. I'm telling you, we did Fallujah. Fallujah sucked. I hated that fucking place. I'm telling you, man. I remember coming out of those, and I would be just drained. I'm telling you, I'm done with my missions. It was the most draining shit in the world. Now, if you're talking about you clearing your own fucking house, there's a couple things that you do have advantage of. One, you know the layout of your house pretty well. What I would tell you guys that if you're thinking about getting in that habit of wanting to learn how to clear your home, just in case some dumbass decides to get into your house, it takes a lot of training. You have to get in the habit of doing a lot of training with your weapon, and of course having it unloaded completely, and just getting in the habit of just a lot of muscle memory and controlling yourself and controlling the situation. Especially somebody, you got to understand this other aspect of it. Somebody who has been cornered, or let's say you have them in your house and you got them cornered, that's the most dangerous fucking person you'll ever have to meet, because he's got nothing to lose. He or she has nothing to lose, and they'll do anything to disarm you, to hurt you, to kill you in some cases. So just food for thought.
Yeah,
Well,
like
Alan,
the people that talk about when the day comes for like disarmament and stuff, the cops going door to door, clearing these houses, looking for your guns. It'll never happen. It'll happen. They'll get done with about 3 or 4 houses, you know, and that'll be the end of it. You know, they're a new guys are going to have to come in before they're done with the block.
well, you don't understand. Alan went from clearing the house to clearing the grocery store, okay? So first, how you practice that? I think the Walmart will be looking down on him going aisle to aisle with a gun if it's empty, you know? And in his mind, it's like this. He's clearing he goes, aisle 2 clear, jalapeno peppers, 2 for 1, and he keeps going.
Well, let's get something straight real fast. I've been to Alan's house. Well, Alan's apartment, whatever you want to call it. There's not a whole lot there to clear.
There really isn't. There's like 3 or 4 corners. That's it.
I hate to break it to you, but
being able to clear any area, any structure, with someone else that knows what's knows what's going on.
So this is the advantage of being a patron on my Patreon, because I've done 2 videos on pieing and clearing the threshold, and done 2 whiteboards on team tactics, 4-man team clearing and entering rooms, corner fed, center fed, and left corner fed, right corner fed, and center fed.
Oh, shameless plug.
That nobody else on YouTube got.
By the way, we take super chat too.
No, it's an excellent skill to have. I mean, any training is good training, as long as the person that you're getting the class from has a good understanding of the subject. And you got to do your due diligence as well to make sure you study up on the subject and have a good idea before you even get to the class.
Holy shit!
What you're walking into.
Even
all of
I
a sudden-
can't grow a beard that
What
fast.
happened?
Damn.
Gunpowder Beauty turned into a Viking. What the
What
fuck?
did I miss?
Ah!
What's up, man?
Yeah,
Been a minute.
yeah, it's been a good bit.
I think he got you beat all with the beard.
Yeah, man, dude, that is awesome. I like that. You put juices and
Yeah.
berries on that beer. That's how you get it like that, bro.
Not the berries, but maybe some juices. You get them flowing.
That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Good to see Gunpowder Beauty's other half.
Yeah,
My
ladies
problem
and
with-
gentlemen, the rare vision of Tardot 357. Has Tardot ever been on the show? I don't recall.
Well, he just made a special guest appearance.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. It's been at least probably 3 years.
Or more.
He's popping in with the cameo appearance. You know, other than hanging out in the recliner with the coffee cup guarding his junk.
Hey, Phosphorus got a point. Describe about whatever. He says the intruders might have a night vision. I mean, who in the right
Who the
fucking mind
fuck?
gonna be clearing the house with a flashlight?
Hell
Turn the
no.
fucking light on, unless there's a major power outage or something. Or you live in the
you know,
sticks.
I hope to God the motherfucker doesn't want to fucking fight you, but you know, like I tell you, if somebody's cornered, they're gonna fucking fight you. So it's just you know, in most cases when this happens, it's just the element of surprise, and sometimes people have a tendency of just focusing on what they're doing, and they don't stop and think about their surroundings, and then all of a sudden you're on top of them, you know, and that might be the case.
Here's another thing, okay?
Yes,
If you you really want to go and clear the house, you better have some fucking kung fu bullshit when you come face to face with the guy, because you can round the corner, and if you don't have any skills with the hand to hand combat, then it could be even worse. At least that's my humble opinion.
No, that's an excellent point, because you don't know.
I mean,
You don't know what's
the
going
only
to happen
reason,
if they take your
yeah,
firearm from you. Then you better know what you're doing with your hands.
Yeah, you better have some Jackie Chan bullshit in you.
yeah, yep. So it's yeah, and that's a very possible thing that can happen. Being able to do what you have to do and use your hands.
That's why I said
Um,
another reason, stay down, hunker down. Even like, let's say my daughter's home alone, and I kept telling her, I'm not telling her where the gun is, but if something does happen, and she's most 9 out of 10 times she's in her room, so I told her, grab the phone, run it into your closet, or better yet, run into my closet. Basically, if she sits down, she puts her feet against the door. I mean, there's still a hollow core door. He can break in, or she, but it'll take a lot more work. And she's not a little girl; she's 6 feet. And
right, right,
and if she goes in my closet, the shotgun's right there. So
right. So yeah, I mean, obviously, I think I worry more about the aspect of like, you're right. Your daughter's home alone, and something happens, or your significant other, your wife is home alone, and how are they going to react? I don't know if you guys recall about an incident that happened, I think 10 years ago, and it was an incident where somebody actually broke into the house, and this lady was calling 911. She was on the phone with them and told them, look, apparently this guy had gone through the whole freaking house, and she was hunkered down with the kids in the closet. And as soon as homie opened the closet, she fucking laid out all fucking 5 rounds of 38 special on him. And somehow, some way, she managed to kill the dude. So I think that those are the scenarios you want to play. I mean, some kids are really good about that kind of stuff. I've heard of incidents that happen in the great state of Arizona, where RTT's at, where actually this gentleman had security cameras all over his house, and he was able to see the perpetrators come in. And the son was able to get the AR-15, and he just blasted these fools, and all of a sudden they were just, what do they call it? They just started fleeing out of the scene. I'm really big on layers of protection. I mean, adding cameras to your house, adding, better locks, adding, being able to make your house a fortress, and then add these extra layers of protection. Because by the time you get to somebody being in your house, to be honest with you, it's survival mode, and who's going to come out of it. And you don't know, this guy might be on PCP or whatever the case may be, or some sort of substance. And when people are like in those kind of situations, they're not going to really give a shit, So hopefully, God forbid, you never have to go through that kind of scenario. But I think it's always good to talk about it, to discuss it, and see what everybody else's thoughts on this might be. But in reality, even the nicest of neighborhoods have been broken into, and the nicest of homes have been broken into. I'm really big on adding layers of protection, and that's just my way of looking at it.
Well, criminals generally don't break into crack house. Of course they're gonna break into the nice house, but just a simple ring cameras around the house, usually that deters them quite a bit. And nowadays everything's so cheap. It just, there's no reason not to have a doorbell camera, a light camera on 2 spots at the house, whatever the entry is. It just, there's no reason for it. Everything is you get notified right away, so it just, and that usually deters the intruders. Second, have a goddamn dog. That's a big alarm too. My dogs, even though if somebody breaks in, they'll probably roll over and just rub their belly, but if they hit the door, they'll just bark like crazy. And even the little one sounds like she's got 100 pounds. So yeah, that's a JB Malinois. Actually, the guy that bought the last house from me, he's a cop. He's training to be K9. He's got it's a Malinois with something else, and the dog actually came from Slovakia. Turns out there's quite a bit of canines in this country that are being bred in Slovakia.
Yeah, there is. Actually, there's a lot of those German Malinois with the German Shepherd on them, and I know that Slovakia has like a big. They have like this big camp where they can train them, and then they breed them and all kinds of stuff. Because I think even the U.S. military has been able to get dogs from them as well.
No, we had as Czechoslovakia as a general, we always had a lot of dogs in the military, and the reason being mostly border security. Back in the communist times, you know, the Iron Wall. That wall was protected. It was ironclad. I mean, the guys with the dogs, and those dogs were freaking trained.
Yeah, but it's you're right. There's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff's coming down in price, and it's really affordable. And the more you can do to prevent versus wait for it to happen, that's the key.
Even guns are cheaper now. Hey, worst case scenario, buy a freaking Nerf gun. Those things hurt too. You can poke them in the eye.
Even if people that don't like they don't like guns or whatever, you can get one of those bats. What are they called? The Brooklyn Brawlers. Those things that are pretty much self-destructible, and they can't just destroy them. I think they're made of metal or some shit. I mean, they're pretty decent, I mean, but I think another aspect of everything that's been going on is the fact that a lot of people those that never thought about buying a gun are buying a gun. Never thought about owning a gun. Never thought about having some sort of protection to take care of themselves. So there's a difference now that we didn't have before. This whole defunding the police crap is just getting old. I think people are getting tired of it, and I mean, it's already hard for a lot of people who live in a rural area, because you stop and think about it. If you have to call 911 and you live in a rural area like Daniel does, I'm sure it takes that cop probably 15 minutes to get to his house before they're there. 15 minutes is an eternity if somebody's in your house.
Yeah, but either way, that should be your first phone call, because you will not establish timeline. You will not establish that was the first thing you did, and and that's why I'm not a big advocate of clearing the house, because that's turning into looking for a fight opposed to defending yourself. So
Well,
depending on your laws.
and let me add to that, Val. If your first call, and it should be your first call made, something's going down, and you make that call, you don't need to speak to them. If you cannot speak, if you're hunkered down and you are trying to stay in place, sheltered, you don't need to be making noise and speaking to them. They will send somebody out just because you called, and that's that. They want to know what's going on. Why did you call? So they're going to send somebody out.
Yeah, and the other thing too is if you are talking to them, they're going to ask you all kinds of questions. They're going to try and keep you on point. Can you see the person? What are they wearing? Where are they at? Can you tell where they're at? This kind of thing. They're going to ask specific questions. They don't want to hear that you're moving around the house trying to hunt down the guy.
Even if all you say is, "There's someone in my house, I can't talk."
Yep.
And just leave the line open.
Or just dial 911 and do double tap. The cops will be there right away.
No, you don't want the cops showing up to shots fired. You want the cops showing up to a self-defense situation. So if you're gonna fire that fucking gun, the cops better know that you're the good guy doing it.
Yep.
Especially while they're on the phone. Because the way they show up to those two calls are totally different.
Yep. we have exactly the same thing. Every shooting competition you go to, they usually have a safety briefing, and they tell you usually there's a people designed to call 911, but you never know. So they say if you feel the need to call 911, do not say there was a shooting. You say there was an accident, send an ambulance. That's it. Don't mention shooting, because if you do, the first thing they do, they send the fucking SWAT team and they gotta clear the area, and you're gonna bleed out by the time they're gonna send the ambulance.
Yeah, I believe there's also an option now to do 911 through text. I know certain areas have that option. If you have it in your area, just something you guys can utilize, and just making sure that you know how to use it, if anything.
Hey, look at us. We found a freaking topic we good at.
When somebody breaks into my house, I call 811.
Oh, where to dig?
Call before you dig.
Yes, sir.
It's actually 411 over here.
Oh, is it?
I think it's different. Yeah.
411 destination here.
I don't know. Every job I do, I gotta call them up too.
It's different across the nation. I think here in Iowa it's 511, but I'm not sure if they would respond all that well. Going, there's a intruder in my house. Where do I dig?
Yeah, not to mention you got a couple of days till they do it, because they tell you don't call. Was it less than 3 days and no more than 7 days or 10 days before you dig, or some shit like that.
That's why you have an empty deep freezer handy.
Be prepared. Be prepared.
Well, you're in the desert. You just throw it outside and something will eat it.
Oh yeah, it won't rot out there. It'll stay nice.
And you can always have a hole prepped in case. You never know. There's nothing wrong with calling and having it prepped and ready.
Like Granger, McMaster Carr, these places sell body bags. They're not that expensive. I think everybody should have a couple body bags in their preps.
Why?
Why not?
Why yes?
You need to dispose of biologicals somehow.
All right, just get a bunch of contractor-sized garbage bags. You're good.
Yeah, but I don't think those things will hold the stench, man. That's what he's getting at. The body bag, the way they're designed so they can keep a lot of the body odor from coming out. I can tell you from experience, because I've had to carry a couple of my buddies, from Iraq and shit, but it is what it is.
This
well,
went down
to be honest with you, let me answer JH's thing about Ozark's wedding. I thought Ozark wanted to do a freaking Elvis wedding in Vegas, and myself and Uncle Jim were gonna get out there, and you're gonna have the before and after freaking Elvis impersonators out there. But he decided not to go that route, so I was like, well, I was getting ready to do my hunk of love, and I was like, well, it's not gonna happen. I don't know if I want to go all the way to Arkansas. I'm just saying.
That's a damn shame. I want to see you in the white jumpsuit. Oh.
Yes, Uncle Jim, I do need to visit you. That's right.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, look at him. Look at him. He's been practicing that shit.
That's right, man. Got to do it. That's the king.
That would be classic. That would be classic.
King. That's right, baby. Me and Uncle Jim, we have Uncle Jim and Brown Uncle Jim. Hello, it's Uncle Jim. Man, I'm telling you, it's classic.
All right. So speaking of home defense, RTT. So, what's a preferred weapon?
Oh, if you'd asked me what I thought the all-around best weapon for home defense for any skill level of person, it'd be a 9mm, like a 10-inch or 8-inch.
Just say it. Just say it. Glock 19. It's okay.
No, a 10-inch or 8-inch 9mm pistol caliber AR.
Okay, why?
Super manageable recoil, super simple to use. So you can still put those 30-round stick mags in them. Put a red dot on it. I mean, they really, everything from a child to a full-grown adult that doesn't know a damn thing of what they're doing can pick one of those up and manage it. And they're small enough to work your way through the house if you have to get out of there.
Okay, actually makes sense. You can use a right ammo for it. Now, what about the states that you can't have a shit like that?
What about a state that you can't have shit like that?
Yeah, well, you can't have a 9mm AR pistol or,
Move.
SPR.
No.
I mean, everybody wants to say shotgun. I hate shotguns. I think shotguns are one of the worst home defense firearms. And when I say that, I mean for the skill level from experienced to novice of every age level. They're long, they're heavy, they're awkward and clunky to use. They do not have a manageable recoil for most people. I shouldn't say most people, but for plenty of people. They're low round count. It's just, I get why people say they really like shotguns for certain reasons, because of, like when it comes to buckshot, having a little bit of spread across the length of your living room and stuff like that. But damn, I mean, if you've taken away, I'm going to say a third, if not more, of the potential people that may have to pick it up and use it.
Makes sense. So no pistols?
No, I think pistols are horrible firearms for the vast majority of people.
Okay, why?
Because they're the most difficult ones to use accurately, versus a shoulder fired firearm.
Okay.
Shotguns are for bird hunting and breaching. I actually have a video that I've been planning on making that shotguns are the most mediocre, overhyped weapon on the planet. The only thing they do good, the only thing they do better than any one other firearm is shooting birds and breaching. Everything else does everything else better. Hunting, self-defense, the gamut of things that you could use a firearm for. Everything does everything else better than a shotgun.
Well, what about all different ammo you can get for the shotgun?
Well, I mean, what if you pick Dragon's Breath? What? I don't like those arguments. I don't like the debates of nuance. Well, what if you get this specific ammo for a very specific situation? Oh, that's not general advice anymore. When it comes to home defense, home security, I think it's better to speak in generalities for the vast majority of people.
All right, now we're talking about a home defense. Now, what about if you live in an apartment?
If you live in an apartment?
Yeah, now you got people above you, below you, next to you. You got to worry about over-penetration and all that shit.
I would still go back to the 9mm pistol caliber AR.
Okay, what kind of ammo?
Standard hollow points.
Standard hollow point. You would go like frangible or something like that?
I mean, you could go frangible. I mean, you could go frangible, assuming your walls are hard enough to take it out. Drywall doesn't take out frangible ammo. You have to hit a stud.
Actually, somebody told me the frangible will go through like a level 2 freaking body armor.
Yeah, frangible is not as fragile as people think it is.
Yeah,
it's pretty freaking hard. Like you shoot a person with frangible ammo, it's gonna fly right through them like it was a Full Metal Jacket. I mean, anytime you shoot anybody or anything within the confines of a home, there is no perfect scenario. There is no perfect answer.
No, you're always going to take a risk, and
Yeah, I mean,
the risk comes down. Is the risk worth the reward? The reward is you keeping your life. So you got to weigh the benefits and weigh the options you have. There's a lot of different things out there. There's a lot going on in the side chat right now. Some people really disagree with you as far as the shotguns. And that's fine. Everyone is each their own. Personally, I got no problems with a shotgun for home defense.
I'm not saying it doesn't work.
No,
I'm not saying a shotgun doesn't work for home defense. I'm just saying that of the things that you may want to walk through your home with, I'm going to pick something smaller with a more manageable recoil and a higher round count versus a giant steel stick, that has less manageable recoil and a lower round count.
No, and again, to each their own. You got to figure what works for you. And if you're great with a shotgun and you know how to run it through that scenario, great. And again, I'm okay with a shotgun. I have mine sitting by my bed. I'm out in the country, so I got some neighbors and stuff, but I'd be all right. I'd probably be better off with the shotgun than with the pistol where I'm at. But it all depends again on your situation and what you're comfortable with.
Well, for me, even if my house was a lot bigger, I have my shotgun all the way in the back of my place. It's my complete fallback weapon. If I've had to go back that far, then I'm not going to be moving forward very much. So I'm not going to be popping around corners with my 870 tactical. I'm not leading clearing the house with that. I'm falling back to that. If I'm moving forward, yeah, it's going to be my little 7.5-inch AR.
Yeah, and you figure out what works for you, and have that plan in motion for yourself. I mean, I got loaded guns everywhere. Obviously, I know where they're all at. I know, what I need to do if something happens. Again, it's just you got to figure out what works for you. And if you're comfortable with a shotgun and that's your go-to, that's fine.
And like I said, I mean, I was asked, what do I suggest for home defense? I was not asked, what do you suggest for me for home defense? What do you suggest for you for home defense? What do you suggest for this other guy for home defense? I was asked, what do you suggest for home defense? So I went into it as in generalities. I have to go, the 8-year-old might have to pick it up. Grandma might have to pick it up. The highly skilled person in the house, military combat vet might have to pick it up, or the no skill first shots ever person in the house might have to pick it up. And I will stick with the answer every time for that general scenario. An AR pistol chambered 9mm with a red dot is about as manageable as anything out there.
Now, here's the real question. Does that 9mm PCC have to take a Glock Max?
Absolutely.
Glock perfection.
You remember, you can always buy aftermarket magazines. Don't buy.
No, I'm just saying because it doesn't necessarily have to be 9mm AR. You can get a Sub 2000. You can get a Beretta makes a PCC. Hell, even a Ruger PCC is pretty compact, so that'll make a great gun for that.
Honestly, and YouTube, this is not a gun; it's an accessory. The MCK, the micro conversion kit. You throw your pistol in this, and it becomes shoulder fired. I mean, this is a good stand-in.
Now, here's the thing. A couple of years ago, you ever watch the Such channel?
Yeah, occasionally.
A couple of years ago, he had a video, basically home defense belt. So he's got like a whole battle belt set up for a home defense, I guess with his handgun lights, first aid, and whatnot. So basically, he's saying, here's a bump at night. That he's gonna grab that, put it on, and that's how he goes and investigates. I thought it was the dumbest idea ever. Oh,
Having a specified home defense belt.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean,
Let me put my belt on and here I come to save the day.
now I don't think it's a bad idea to throw some electronic ears, like some pelters or walkers, on your nightstand. Like, say you have an AR standing in the corner. I don't think it's a bad idea to throw a set of ears on there.
Yeah, and that would be a very good idea for me, simply because I'm going to be walking through the place with a 7.5-inch AR.
Well,
Yeah.
also
If I got to pull that out and I got to use it, I full on plan on being deaf.
Well, just remember, just think about it. When you go to an indoor gun range and you shoot, you know it's loud. It's going to be loud in your house.
yeah, but isn't there like a whole thing that when you actually shoot, your body shuts down the hearing, the adrenaline,
Yes.
all the shit, you know?
Yes.
But I'm thinking about having ear protection more from the standpoint that if you do decide to go like that, you turn the mic all the way up. It actually gives you better hearing. You can actually hear more than.
That's why I said it. I didn't say it. It wasn't for hearing protection. It was for the amplified hearing.
Yeah. Well, you kind of killing two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're right. You know, you get anybody who has ever cleared a house. You've probably done it at least once without hearing protection, and you may or may not walk away with ringing ears. But your body does tend to shut down, certain senses at that point.
All right.
Well, the Scotsman wouldn't need ears because he could shoot a 50 BMG without ears, so it doesn't really matter.
And you know what?
I can attest to that.
According to the hearing doctor, I still have perfect hearing. So I just got checked the other day again. So there you go.
I hate to break it to you, but when you're behind a 50 BMG, that's the quietest spot.
Oh yeah, I know.
That's literally quietest spot. The worst spot is about 45-degree angle off the fucking muzzle.
Yep.
I mean, that shit it made me jump every goddamn time.
Shit's loud.
Meanwhile, Mario looks like he's chat-napping.
Guys, tell you, man, you guys are overthinking this shit. It's not that fucking hard. Look, find the shit that you're most fucking effective with and go with that shit. It's not that fucking hard. It doesn't fucking matter whether it's a shotgun, it's a fucking pistol, or it's fucking grandma's fucking one shooter fucking shotgun, whatever the fuck it is. Whatever the fuck you're effective with, whatever you're good at, shoot that shit and practice with it. The end.
Hey, Mario, I got a challenge for you. I want the next chat, I'm challenging you, going through the whole chat with less than 10 cuss words.
No.
He wouldn't make it 5 minutes.
He can't even make a sentence that's clean.
Yeah, and that's the problem with these, and not necessarily so much a problem, but I'm going to say problem just for lack of better words. That's the problem with these conversations and questions like that. I answered Val's question the way
it was an excellent answer.
The way he asked it to me. If the question was, Matt, what do you use? The question would have been different. Or the answer would have been
what do you use?
Because I don't currently have a 9mm AR pistol.
Well, and a lot of people will get their panties in a bunch simply because it's not what they use,
yeah,
or what they're expecting to do, and it's like you were asked a general, wide open question, speaking in general kind of blanket statement.
Yeah, I mean,
and people get
yeah.
offended about it. Oh, what?
Well,
What? No shotguns? And like, okay.
You know, again, Mario said it. I've said it. You got to figure out what works for you. That's that simple.
Yeah, it's just it opens up that bag of cats, basically. You know, Fuzz Forks, he said he disagrees with the shotgun. Cool. I don't think anything different of Fuzz Fork for it, and I'm sure he doesn't think anything different of me for it. You know, other trolls, you know, they can just stay gutter trash out there. But
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. This chat is for everyone. Everyone has their own opinions. Not everyone's gonna like what someone says. You know, that's the beauty of the chat. The chat room is open. People can say what they want to say. They have their opinions. Not everyone's gonna like it.
Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one.
yeah, everybody has. Some of them have two. Some have two.
I'm right here. You don't have to talk to me like that.
No, you have three, and that's why we love you.
Yep. I've got one there. I've got one there. I've got another one over here.
Yeah. Damn dog.
No,
No. Well, then, so if you're looking at the easiest to use, anybody can pick it up and use it. We gotta talk revolvers.
Yeah, the problem with the revolver is even revolver breaks, and 99% of semi-auto is tap and rag, and you're good to go. Revolver breaks, it breaks for good, or it needs more, than just on a stress you can fuck everything up, and not to mention you're dealing with a heavy double action pull. No, you're limited to 6, maybe 8 rounds in a 9mm. So I'm not saying that the revolvers are obsolete, but there's better options there.
Yes, they are. Just say they are. They're obsolete.
they are not. They are not obsolete, and they will never be obsolete.
Well, they're never going to be obsolete because
Here's the thing, Matt. Revolvers will outlive Glocks. Period.
As long as you don't use
They
it,
already
yeah.
have.
not to mention it's really hard to put a flashlight on those fancy revolvers, Scotsman.
Right.
I guess you can always zip tie it to the barrel.
I'm not putting a flashlight on my revolver. Ain't gonna happen.
Every gun. Here's a question. Here's one that's going to get everybody going. This will be fun. I think, since I apparently said shit in a definitive way, I think that every gun should have a white light on it. Fight me.
I'm gonna say the home defense gun, yes. Carry gun, no. For
Why
me,
not carry gun?
And also,
First
by
of
the
all-
way, there's
First of all,
it's okay.
hey, Mexican, shut the fuck up. First of all, I almost go nowhere at night. That's for one. For two, I always have a flashlight on me. So carry gun, dealing with the especially when I carry 365 XL, dealing with the light, extra holster and all that. I really don't feel the need personally to have the light on my carry gun because I always have an extra flashlight in the truck with me, on me. I always have a flashlight on me. Even if it's just this little stupid ass little tiny old light, but I have a flashlight on me at all times. So I don't see the need. I have one on the home defense gun, a few of them. I usually have a flashlight around as well, but it's just personal preference.
All right, Battle Beam. Go ahead and open your mouth, Mexican.
I think the other aspect is if you're gonna put a light in your home defense gun, do not put a 1,000 fucking lumen light on your shit and blind the fuck out of yourself trying to fucking clear your house. Just saying.
Personally, I'm not a fan of having flashlights on your guns. Have it on you. That's just me. Alan?
Well, touched on a couple of different points there, but I'll go one even further and just say that the only light I have on any firearm is a rifle. I don't have them. I don't have any of them on my pistols, which may or may not be a bad thing. But indoors, Mario hit the head on the nail on the head. You put a bright ass light on there, you're going to end up doing more damage to yourself. Yeah, it might cause an intruder to hesitate a second, might give you the chance. I don't know. I've never worked enough with lights on weapons to honestly have an opinion that's worth a shit.
There you go. It's one of the few times I think Razor JB and I agree on anything. Give me all the light. I want all the light. The brighter, the better. And have one in your pocket. I do carry a flashlight in my pocket as well. Because there's a light that you use on your daily, right? And then there's a light that you get out for searching for the bump in the night.
All right, so somebody made a comment there saying that, well, if I put a 1200 light, I'll blind the other guy. Okay, stop and think about all the shiny shit that you have in your house. Mirrors, pottery, all this other shit. When you're shining it, it gives you a fucking reflection, pendejos. So
Yeah, pendejo, but it boils down to practice. So if you know your house
you're saying that, but stop and think about how many people really do get fucking TJ Hooker on their fucking house. Very fucking few. I don't give a shit how much you say, oh yeah, I'm gonna go fucking train how to clear my house and all kinds of shit. There's very fucking few of you to do that shit. That's just all bunch of bullshit. I don't care what you guys say. That's how I see it.
That's where the competition shooting comes in as a great practice, especially IDPA, the local plays.
I mean, think about it. How many people do competitive shooting here? How many people do that shit?
You just shut up and let me finish.
Do it. There's not that many. There's not that many that have that fucking experience. That's what I'm telling you.
You're a fucking annoying Mexican, you know that? What I'm saying is, look at the local places. One of the clubs I go to, they have what's called a practical shooting league. It's every Tuesday at like 6 o'clock. There's basically a bunch of regular Joe Blows that go there, and they throw in, especially in the wintertime, they throw in the low light scenarios. They kill the lights, use the flashlights and whatnot. Nothing super exciting, but get your feet wet, okay? And a lot of these guys are not super competitive as far as the USPSA. I mean, they might come and shoot IDPA match here and there, but they usually only come on Tuesday nights. All right, so you carry a gun, you're serious about this shit, get yourself some training. And this is the cheapest training you can get. And IDPA stands for International Defensive Pistol Association. A lot of the rules are bullshit, but it's really close to actual, semi-actual life scenarios. So, you do shoot, you slice the pie and all that stuff. So at least you get some of the good habits for this kind of shooting. USPSA is different ballgame. USPSA is running gun, shooting fast, but still teaches you, gun handling skills and think of your feet and whatnot. It gets your blood boiling. You get your adrenaline going, and all that just helps.
Well, I got a statement that might get people in an uproar. Just a generalized blanket statement. A laser on your pistol is worth shit.
I agree.
So I have a question. Why is everyone trying to piss off the side chat? Why is everyone trying to piss off viewers?
Well, I think some people in the side chat at least started it. But I agree with Razor JB. Technique and training mitigates a lot of the issues that people have with lights on their guns. But with that being said, I agree with Alan. Lights are lasers and strobes. Lasers and strobes are pointless to have on your firearm, especially pistol. Not so much rifle. Lasers on a rifle, especially IR under night vision, very absolutely has a place.
Yeah, that's a completely different thing. But laser on your carry gun or your house gun, it has no place. It's dumb. It's idiotic. Take it off your gun.
Now, I'm going to caveat that. If you have failing vision and a pistol is what you have for home defense, then go ahead and throw a laser on it, because you can see that fucking giant blinding green dot on whatever it's on.
No, it's not true. I'd say put a red dot instead of a fucking laser. You're gonna see that red dot. You're not gonna see the laser. Laser's can wash out. It's gonna be so much harder to see. Red dot is, if your vision's failing, go for the red dot. Throw the fucking laser in the garbage, because
I will concede with the red dot. Same principle. I will concede with the red dot. And strobes are for raves. Yes. Go ahead. Sorry. My apologies.
I'm not a big fan of lasers, period. For many, many reasons, I'm not a big fan of lasers.
People think when they have a laser, they're thinking of all that fucking tactical shit you see in the movies, where lasers pointing over here and a sniper's 200 fucking feet away or whatever. That shit doesn't work with a pistol. Okay, it just doesn't. It makes you look for the fucking laser. You're fishing for the fucking thing. It just doesn't work.
I'm answering in the compound with Clyde. I think at the end of the day, much of this, even lasers, come down to the amount of training and experience you have with it. Because I have yet to meet somebody brand new with lasers that doesn't, rifle or pistol, that doesn't put that laser on target and start looking for the laser. And fundamentals are gone. They forget what sight picture is. They forget what a flat presentation is. They forget all that shit. They start looking for the laser. But you got somebody that's used to, especially somebody that's used to working with lasers under like night vision, that you tend to find that laser dot quite a bit quicker.
That's a difference. That's a completely different scenario. I agree with that. Once you go full blown tactical night vision and whatnot, I agree. That's completely different scenario, completely different application. I'm talking regular lasers you put in Viridian shit on your carry pistol and or you got the grips, like Kimber sells the shit with the grips, with the laser coming out of the grip. All that shit is a gimmick, nothing else. And what happened to Mario? Who pissed into his cereal? Did he fall asleep?
All right, so we're gonna start running through the room here. I got to start getting ready for work, but lots of good discussion, lots of good chat up and side chat as well. Remember, don't get butthurt. We all have good points. We all have things to say. And one of the biggest things I hope everyone takes away from this, and we've all said it, training is key. Making sure you have the training and practice and get time in with what you're trying to do. So we'll start going through the room. We'll start with Balabeam before he falls asleep on us.
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to the Army. 246 fucking years of kicking ass, taking motherfucking names tomorrow. That's all I got.
All right. Appreciate it, man. Not the Albanian.
Oh, that's me. Yeah. Well, thanks for having me. It was a good chat. Kind of boring on the beginning, but I guess we found the topic we all know nothing about except RTT. So, yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Matt?
I don't know shit. I don't know what he's talking about. But
we know. We all know you don't. It's okay.
I'm going to leave this chat to. It's 2 weeks, right? Before you're back?
Yeah, I'll be 2 weeks.
Third week?
So I'm gone this coming Sunday. So the 19th, the 20th I won't have one, and the 27th I won't have one. I'll be back.
Okay. So in 3 weeks, people ought to be plenty well pissed off about this. Lights are better than night sights. Thank you. Good night. We'll talk to you later.
All right. We had a lot of good discussion, and I appreciate everyone out there. Hopefully, I'll get some video when I'm up there. It'd be cool to try and get out on the range with Mrs. Holster and maybe do a little bit of shooting too. That'd be cool. So hopefully we can make that happen. But there should be at least 1 or 2 videos that I'll have for there, and I'm looking forward to it. So in the meantime, everyone stay safe out there, stay vigilant. I will post a couple videos here and there before I leave. Other than that, I'm going to throw it to Alan, take us out.
Oh yeah. Well, when Val said that we were being boring, the subject to rile people up, it's entertainment. We could talk all we want. Everybody has their own ways. Practice your own ways, and practice. Stay on top of your skills. What works for you is what works for you. We're not saying, what I do is better than what this other guy does, whatever. No, it's just open discussion. But with that, the next 2 weeks, this next Sunday, I may not be able to run a chat, but I may. It depends upon if I'm going to be going out and filming for the Let Freedom Ring video. So to remind you, 5 Eastern Standard Time on July 4th, put out a video, a shooting video, just something short, and title it #LetFreedomRing. We've done it for a number of years now. It was instigated by the illustrious Pop's Quest, and now it's just something that we like to flood YouTube with every year on the 4th of July is #LetFreedomRing. Set it up to release 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So I might be out filming that video if I can get the location correct. The following Sundays being Father's Day, I don't know if I'll be creating a show on that day. But other than that, just keep your magazines loaded. And one,